Now at 10, what's next in the search for a missing girl last seen in the Rock River? And Dane County reaches another grim milestone in the coronavirus pandemic as cases continue to surge around the world. Plus, schools are preparing to open in the fall, and educators say there's one thing they'll be paying extra attention to.
This is News 3 Now at 10.
Thanks for joining News 3 Now at 10. I'm Amanda Quintana. Crews in Rock County have temporarily called off their search for a missing 9-year-old girl who was swept underwater on Thursday night. Adam Duxter spoke to those in charge of the recovery efforts and joins us now with the latest in that search. Adam.
Well, Amanda, Madison Billups' family describes her as intelligent and loving. But despite the best efforts of first responders, she's still missing tonight. The search for missing 9-year-old Madison Billups has now entered its 4th day. Strong currents for the last several days, leading crews to search further from the area near the former Monterey Dam, where she was last seen.
We have extended the search several miles south of where the victim actually went in the water.
Today's search, however, unsuccessful, according to Rock County Sheriff's Captain Mark Thompson, as crews were called off their search today shortly after 3 o'clock.
The bottom of that river changes in several different locations, and it's definitely making the search more difficult. We're not getting anything that we needed to further investigate.
Thompson says crews will be back in the water with 2 boats starting tomorrow at 6 a.m., going until nightfall. Says tomorrow the Janesville Fire Department will help with the search. Thompson says his crews at this point are growing tired but not giving up hope.
They're tired. My crew is tired, but that is irrelevant at this point. I mean, we have a little girl that's missing in the water. But it is taxing because, you know, it wears on us just as much as it does everybody else. And the search is not an easy search, so it wears on you physically and mentally.
Thompson says during the search, he's had a number of people from the public offer to help. And he says tomorrow, anyone wishing to help should start at Preservation Park and work south, avoiding the first responders in the area. He says if people do get close, that could disturb the sonar that they're using.
Thank you, Adam. Crews resumed their search for a missing 59-year-old man in Lake Kaganza this morning. Officials say they're performing a recovery mission after the man jumped from a boat around 7 o'clock last night. Authorities say he was not wearing a shirt but was wearing black pants. The DNR, Dane County Sheriff's Office, and multiple fire departments are searching for the man. As part of their investigation, the Fish Camp boat launch at Fish Camp County Park was closed to the public today. Let's get a look at your first warn weather. That humidity is really sticking around, Gary.
Yeah, I started to notice it today. Well, get used to it. It'll be around for about the next week and a half at least. Let's take a look at the time lapse from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville. You can see skies were partly sunny all day today, but never really got a shower or thunderstorm even into the Platteville area, and skies actually cleared out a little bit towards sunset, but they may see another thunderstorm chance later on tonight. Severe weather threat area has been shifted a little farther to the west. Still an outside chance of an isolated strong to severe thunderstorm with hail and gusty winds west of Madison. Some storms starting to fire up in northeastern Iowa, but the storms in west central Wisconsin did produce a tornado in parts of northeast or southeastern Minnesota before they moved into Wisconsin. Right now, most of southern Wisconsin free of precipitation. High temperatures today, mid to upper 80s. Madison 85, Janesville 88, Camp Douglas 86. Current temperatures are still well into the 70s. A little cooler near Lake Michigan, but even their temperatures are in the mid to upper 60s. And look at the dew point temperatures now in the 70s west of Madison. For tomorrow, more humidity leads to showers and thunderstorm chances during the day. High temperature at 87. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes more heat and humidity and less in the way of rain chances toward the end of the week.
All right, thanks, Gary. Turning to our coronavirus headlines now, Dane County health officials are reporting 120 new cases of coronavirus just over the past 24 hours, surpassing Thursday's single-day record of 105 new cases. Since the start of the outbreak, more than 1,600 people have tested positive in the county, while nearly 1,000 of them have recovered. Earlier this week, Public Health Madison and Dane County said they're seeing a concerning spike in cases, tying the increase back to bars. Through June 26th, Public Health said it had 12 cases in all of June where people said they had been to social justice protests, compared to 76 cases at bars just this week. Statewide, health officials are reporting no new coronavirus deaths for the second time this week, even as the percentage of positive tests spikes to above 7%. Only 5.9% of tests came back positive yesterday. DHS says 18% of the state's 27,800 cases remain active. There are now more than 500,000 deaths from the novel coronavirus worldwide. That's according to Johns Hopkins University's tally. The U.S. holds the highest death toll with more than 125,000 deaths, just over a quarter of the global total. Brazil has the second highest death toll worldwide with 57,000. Earlier today, the world reached another grim milestone in the pandemic as well, over 10 million confirmed cases. Meanwhile, Vice President Mike Pence is urging Americans to wear masks or face coverings whenever they can't remain socially distant. He made the comments today during a press conference at the Celebrate Freedom rally in Dallas.
Wear a mask wherever it's indicated, or wherever you're not able to practice the kind of social distancing that would prevent the spread of the coronavirus.
Shortly before Pence made his comments, he watched as a choir of more than 100 people performed without masks at the rally. Between songs, the choir members put their masks back on when they sat down. Face masks at the event were strongly encouraged, but not required. As the pandemic continues, the state of Wisconsin is recommending schools put a strong emphasis on the mental health of students and staff when returning in the fall. Gabriela Becerra explains why some districts are making support a priority.
I mean, the reality is one of the challenges with virtual learning is it's really difficult to provide the kind of support that kids often get in schools that they can't get at home because our experts aren't available to them.
The Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction recommends schools assume that fear, loss, and isolation contribute to an increased need for mental health support.
There were students who were struggling before, who continue to struggle, and there were students who had huge changes occur in their life. At the same time, the social aspects of school, the supports that are available at school, were not available in the same way.
Senior Policy Advisor Jennifer Cameroon says when students return, support needs to be ready.
It is a big part of the plan. We really need to be thinking about how those students feel safe and supported at school.
And that's something spokesperson Perry Hibner says Middleton Cross Plains Area School District is focusing on.
We're very concerned about that.
While also adjusting traditional in-school support to be accessible virtually.
One of the challenges we're looking at is if there's some sort of blended model or all virtual model, how do we make sure students and families who are getting that mental health support currently when our schools are open are still able to get it if they're not able to be in school every day?
In Madison, Gabriela Becerra, News 3 Now.
Hibner says the district is meeting weekly to discuss plans for next year, and mental health is at the forefront of those discussions. Plans can be expected by late July. Tomorrow night, the Madison School District's Board of Education will hold a special session on whether to continue the district's contract with the Madison Police Department. The vote comes just weeks after MMSD Board President Gloria Reyes announced that a new subcommittee would look into alternatives to having police in schools. It also follows several protests from activists calling for the removal of police from schools throughout Madison. A majority of Republican lawmakers in Wisconsin voted by mail in April. That's according to the Associated Press. They say more than 80% of GOP members of the legislature voted absentee in April, even though many Republicans fought against making that election mail-in only, as Democrats and Governor Tony Evers proposed. The White House is doing damage control tonight after President Trump retweeted a video this morning where one of his supporters shouts "white power" at anti-Trump protesters. The video was reportedly recorded during a pro-Trump golf cart parade at The Villages, a retirement community in Sumter County, Florida. At one point, the parade was met by a group of supporters of Joe Biden. Both sides hurled profanity, laced insults at each other. In his tweet, the president thanked the, quote, great people supporting him. Trump deleted the tweet hours later, and a White House spokesperson says the president retweeted the video because he loved the enthusiasm from his supporters, but didn't hear the white power chant. In a tweet, Biden responded to Trump's post, writing, "Today the president shared a video of people shouting white power and said they are great, just like he did after Charlottesville. We're in a battle for the soul of the nation, and the president has picked a side. But make no mistake, it's a battle we will win." The Rolling Stones are the next group threatening to sue the president for using their songs at his rallies. In a statement today, the Stones said their legal team is working with music rights organizations to stop use of their songs during Trump's re-election campaign. Their classic "You Can't Always Get What You Want" was played last week at the close of the president's rally in Tulsa. The family of late Tom Petty said it issued a similar cease and desist order last week. Mississippi is one more step closer to removing its state flag's Confederate battle emblem. The state legislature, both the House and Senate, passed a bill today to change the flag. The bill will now go to the state's governor, who has said he would sign that legislation to remove the Confederate symbol. The legislation comes after weeks of lawmakers considering changing the flag amid social justice protests across the country. Mississippi is the last state in the country whose flag features the Confederate emblem. There's more on News 3 now at 10. Gary has your first warn forecast. Plus, see how an Edgerton man who lost his life in a work accident is being remembered by his community today. Stay with us.
Buy a new 2020 Volkswagen today. And for the next 6 years, you won't pay a single cent in interest. 6 years of interest-free payments. Click, call, or come by today.
Though challenges surround us, life still goes on. There's still time to dream, still plans to be made. And if you're retiring soon, still deadlines to be met. We talk with people every day who need to replace their employer benefits when they retire. We can answer your questions too, so you can feel good about the decisions you make. For a retirement benefits checklist, visit us online or call Physicians Mutual Insurance Company today.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
I'm here.
Auntie's here.
Hey, Mom and Dad here.
Dad's here.
Shall we begin? Friends and family, we are gathered here today to celebrate.
Together, nothing can keep us apart. That's why U.S. Cellular eliminated data overages on our reliable nationwide network, so you can stay connected.
Growing up in Wisconsin, you know that our traditions help define us. That's why so many of us choose EdVest, Wisconsin's $529 college savings plan. Getting started online is quick and easy. And even if your kids are blowing out more and more candles, EdVest is a great way to prepare for the cost of higher education that will be here before you know it. Contribute at edvest.com to take advantage of the 2020 Wisconsin state tax deduction.
Lately, we've found new ways to support and care for each other. And while every gesture counts, so too does every dollar. That's why American Family Insurance is returning $425 million to our customers. This includes a 10% savings for all current and new auto customers for the rest of the year. We hope this does your world some good and reminds you that supporting your dreams means the world to us. Contact your agent or go to amfam.com to learn about more ways to save.
Buy a new 2020 Volkswagen today. And for the next 6 years, you won't pay a single cent in interest. 6 years of interest-free payments. Click, call, or come by today.
Monday morning, Hattie will have the details on what's looking like a warm and humid week in her first warn forecast.
And Madison School Board will be holding a meeting to take a vote on resource officers in schools. We'll preview that vote.
See you starting at 4:30 Monday.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
The Dane County Medical Examiner's Office has released the names of the 2 people who died in a crash that happened after a traffic stop early Friday morning. Officials named 28-year-old Cara Cloud of Madison and 27-year-old Clinton Harvey of Sun Prairie. 2 other passengers are being treated at a local hospital. Police say they pulled a car over around midnight, but when they went to approach the car drove off and crashed into a tree 3 blocks away. Officials say they tried life-saving measures. The officers involved in that initial incident are on administrative leave, which is routine for an officer-involved death. The Wisconsin Department of Justice has taken over this investigation. New at 10, it's been 9 months since the death of Brandon Clifton, an Edgerton man who lost his life after being attacked by bees in a tragic bulldozing accident. Tahlil Mohideen shows us how his community is coming together to cope.
It's been amazing just having people do this and just see how much they really loved him.
Friends and family of Brandon Clift say they're taking another step forward in their grieving process.
I think it's just a testament to how good of a person he was, that all these people in a small community like this come out to support.
Those who knew Clift best hosted a benefit Sunday, raising money to make sure his widow and their daughter could continue to live in the home he bought.
I couldn't ask for anyone better. He was everything. He was perfect. He was always there for me. He was our rock.
His little girl was less than 2 weeks old when he died.
It's just hard to watch Morgan have to grow up without a dad.
So her mother, Nicole, is making sure their daughter knows how great of a man her father was.
We have a book made for her where all of his friends could write stories.
And that's not the only way Clift's friends have been supportive.
It's just all these little things.
Little things like mowing the lawn.
Her air conditioner was acting up the other day, and one of his good friends works for her HVAC system, and he came over and got it fixed for her.
Friends say knowing how hardworking Clift was, they're just doing what he would have done.
I wish he was here. He'd be really proud of Morgan. She's everything that we wanted.
In Milton, Tahlil Mohideen, News 3 Now.
Families say money raised will go towards setting up a college fund for Clift's daughter. If you want to make a donation to help support his family, a memorial fund has been set up at Blackhawk Community Credit Union. The FAA says it could begin testing Boeing 737 MAX planes as early as tomorrow. In a letter sent to Congress, the FAA says test flights are just one step toward allowing the planes to begin to fly again. You may remember the U.S. and dozens of other nations grounded the 737 MAX planes after 2 fatal crashes last year. Despite that, Boeing resumed producing them last night. Let's get a look at your first warn weather with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canulti.
Well, it was a warm and humid day today, and get used to it because the weather is going to be like that pretty much for the rest of this week and through at least the first half of next week. The time lapse from the WIC Skycam looking off toward the southwest shows a little bit of fog on the horizon early this morning. Otherwise, we had partly sunny skies. Cumulus clouds popped up but never got up to the point where they could produce any rain, at least here in the Madison area. And so as we headed towards sunset, those skies were already starting to clear out. As we take a look at Doppler track right now, you can see that there are some strong thunderstorms over parts of northwestern Wisconsin. Some of these storms actually produced some brief tornado touchdowns in southeastern Minnesota. A few more storms are firing up across parts of northeastern Iowa, but the severe weather threat area now has been shifted mainly west of Madison for the possibility for an isolated strong to severe thunderstorm late tonight, but the higher probabilities will be up toward the Twin Cities as more storms in western Iowa head in that direction. 3 things you need to know in the forecast: upper 80s, close to 90-degree temperatures pretty much all the way through the middle part of next week. The humidity levels also staying high. Dew point temperatures mid-60s to the lower 70s, so you'll certainly feel the humidity. That will also keep nighttime low temperatures in the mid-60s to around 70 degrees. Now, thunderstorm chances will be highest for tomorrow and Tuesday. They'll start to lower on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and by the time we get to the 4th of July weekend, it looks like we will be dry, even though the heat and humidity will continue. Notice temperatures today, mainly middle 80s across our part of the Midwest, but it's even hotter out to the west. Temperatures well into the 90s through much of the plains all the way up to the U.S.-Canadian border. Upper level winds from the southwest, so that's also starting to push more humid air back in our direction. The cold front that brought us the thunderstorms on Friday, it became stationary to our south. Now it's starting to creep back northward towards southern Wisconsin. It's still relatively stationary, so these thunderstorm clusters form as the warm and humid air lifts up over the front, and then those storms continue off toward the north and east because the air is still fairly humid north of the front. South of the front, it's even more humid. In fact, as we take a look at temperatures right now, you can see north of the front, 70s to lower 80s, south of the front, upper 70s to around 80. Not a big temperature difference there, but notice the dew point temperatures, 66 in Madison, but generally in the 70s through Iowa and Illinois, mid-70s over western parts of Iowa. That is like tropical type air. And again, over the next 10 days, high temperatures will be in the upper 80s through the 4th of July weekend and into the middle part of next week. So for tomorrow, expect some better chances for showers and thunderstorms. High temperatures topping out around 87 degrees. Humidity levels will stay high. Future track, best chances of thunderstorms will be late tonight, although even Future track now has taken them out until during the day tomorrow. Some thunderstorms rolling through before highs hit the upper 80s. Then tomorrow night, they kind of move out. Just a chance of a shower or thunderstorm and a chance of showers and thunderstorms on Tuesday. High temperatures in the upper 80s. Rainfall amounts will be spotty. Some areas could pick up an inch or two of rain. Other areas, almost nothing. It just depends on where these storms track. But as we look at the 7 to 10 day forecast, notice those temperatures going into the upper 80s to around 90 degrees through the 4th of July holiday. But the rain chances go down as we head that direction. So not even really a chance of a thunderstorm to break the heat for at least a little while. That is what a heat wave looks like on a 10-day forecast.
When you go at the end, that's a long time for some humidity.
It makes it easy to do the forecast, but it's tough, you know, that you have to bear it when you go outside.
Oh, definitely. Thank you so much, Gary. Brewers fans will have to wait an extra day to find out who's on the roster. That story next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Two opportunities to play. Two opportunities to draw.
2 daily draws
Each day
from the Wisconsin Lottery. With one at midday.
That's at 1:30.
And another in the evening.
That's at 9.
For pick 3, pick 4, and all or nothing.
More chances to play each day. More chances to play each day.
The open road, the wind in your hair, the feeling of freedom that drives us to go out and discover. At Chevy, we're committed to getting you there with confidence and peace of mind. That's why your Chevy Clean dealers commit to using enhanced vehicle cleaning measures with CDC-approved cleansers. If you need a new Silverado, get 0% APR for 72 months or $5,500 cash allowance on all Silverado Crew Cab pickups. You may even shop online and take delivery at home where available.
Where can you get top designer and name brand shoes at 60% off? DSW at Hy-Vee. We've slashed prices even more. All shoes were 50% off, but now are 60% off. That's right, all DSW shoes at Hy-Vee are now 60% off. Get 60% off all women's shoes, 60% off all men's shoes, and 60% off all kids' shoes. Check out DSW at Hy-Vee and get 60% off all shoes.
You may not know them. The coffee shop owner who knows your order. The couple who saves your seats. The family down the street who greets you with a smile. They've been there for you. Now you can be there for them. Donate today and help our friends and neighbors keep their power on.
When looking for a TV and internet provider, we know you have a choice. This is Jessica. She still has satellite TV.
Well, I get tons of HD.
Spectrum has tons of HD, and we love Spectrum's 24-hour local news channel. Plus, we get exclusive access to premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
I don't have that.
Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-976-4499.
Spectrum Internet starts at 200 megabits with no data caps and a free modem.
We have to get internet from another company, and it isn't nearly as fast.
Spectrum Internet, $44.99 a month.
I'd switch, but I'm stuck in a contract and would have to pay up to $480 to cancel.
Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll pay up to $500 to help you out of yours.
That's it. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum TV and internet from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-976-4499.
Well, I think at least for these last few weeks, the theme of sports during COVID-19 is weather delay. Both the PGA and NASCAR not exactly on the right side of Mother Nature today, but we did get both events in, starting with the final round of the Travelers Championship. Kevin Streelman from the fairway on 10 goes right at the pin. He would birdie that hole, finishing in second place today, one stroke behind Dustin Johnson. What a stellar tournament for him. On 18, trying to wrap it up, he would have to settle for par, but still good enough enough to win the Travelers Championship. Pocono 350 in Pennsylvania, the second Cup Series race in as many days. Third race of the day on this track. A busy day there. Denny Hamlin taking the checkered flag, his 6th win at Pocono, tying Jeff Gordon for the all-time mark. Well, Major League Baseball teams were supposed to finalize their 60-man player pools by this afternoon, but according to the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, the Brewers will not drop their roster publicly until tomorrow. I think maybe Craig Counsell and his staff are enjoying the lake day. They're enjoying the weather. I don't know. But at any rate, we'll find out who made the 30-man roster and will be at Miller Park. And because there's no minor league baseball happening right now, everyone else will be in Appleton. But no matter where the players, coaches, and staff are, Counsell says everyone has a duty to act responsibly when it comes to health and safety so that this baseball season can actually happen.
Is on every single person, and it doesn't matter, who you are, and if you're in the clubhouse, you have as much responsibility to help pull this off as the next person. So it is something that connects us for sure. It's something we all will have to be responsible for, and we all are going to have to show leadership on this.
Well, once the NBA does start up again, we could see some different last names on the back of jerseys. According to ESPN, the Players Union and the league are talking about allowing players to have jerseys with social justice messages, a cause, or a name of a charity on their backs, like Black Lives Matter or I Can't Breathe. The NBA season is scheduled to restart on July 30th in Orlando. And finally tonight, I know it's not Throwback Thursday, Flashback Friday, something with Sunday, Send It Back Sunday. I need ideas here. But 1 year ago today, the U.S. women's national team beat host team France in the quarterfinals of the Women's World Cup. Both the American goals scored by none other than Megan Rapinoe. The U.S. would go on to beat England and Netherlands to win the 2019 title. So you think about just 1 year ago, Amanda, we had the World Cup going on, we had baseball, we had all sorts of things going on. And here we are 1 year later.
It is really hard to, obviously you remember before coronavirus, but man, it is hard to remember that. Thank you so much, Melissa. We'll be right back.
When America needed us to build, we built. Masks, ventilators, shields. When frontliners needed support, Ford dealers answered. And now we're open and ready to serve you. With special offers like 0% financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Stop by a Ford dealership or go online. We've made it safer to shop, easier to buy. Now get 0% financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Contact your Ford dealer or stop by today.
Going on now, 4 days only. Save big at Grand Appliance and avoid big box crowds this holiday during the Friends and Family Sale. Shop online or at your local Grand Appliance. Double up on Grand exclusive savings. Up to $1,000 on top of already reduced July 4th pricing. Take advantage of safe online, phone, and virtual shopping options. Plus, your choice of either no-contact curbside or in-home delivery services. Don't delay. Grand Appliance Friends and Family Sale ends this Sunday, June 28th.
My dog wants a yard.
Love it.
And another dog.
Have you looked at houses yet?
Not yet.
But that's good. I learned from Summit that it's better to start with a pre-approval anyway.
Right. Yeah. You can decide how much you're comfortable paying each month and then back into your price range.
Oh, and start putting the difference between your rent and your future mortgage into savings.
With Summit Credit Union, you might be more ready than you think.
I think it's great. Summit helps people build confidence and knowledge to move forward. It's your money. Own it. Summit Credit Union.
For my shirt, too sexy for my shirt, so sexy it hurts. And I'm too sexy for Milan, too sexy for Milan, New York.
Sometimes you run out of fresh at the wrong time. Luckily, Pick and Save delivery and free pickup make it easy to grab what you need, so you can get back to being you. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Today, some things do stand firm. Those you can lean on, the things that matter, and the importance of you being you. That's why, no matter the type of care you need, or the way you need it, we're here every day, safe and ready. Because wherever you are in your world, you're the focus of ours. Safe care your way. Unity Point Health Meriden, a partner of UW Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
Here's to the road ahead. Trust Toyota to be here for you.
Now every Toyota hybrid vehicle is available with 0% financing. With fewer stops for gas, Toyota hybrids give you the confidence to go farther. See your dealer or shop and buy online. Right now, you can lease a new 2020 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid for $239 a month.
All from the brand you trust, today and tomorrow. Toyota.
Download the Channel 3000 app today. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Badger honor flights scheduled for the rest of the year have already been canceled, but deputies in Sauk County are still trying to give veterans who were scheduled to go a memorable experience. This weekend, members of the Sauk County Sheriff's Office delivered gift bags and yard signs to 3 local veterans who had their upcoming flights delayed due to the pandemic. That's such a great program. I'm glad that they got a little recognition. I know it's not the same thing.
Every little bit helps.
Yeah.
So. Well, tomorrow will be a very warm and humid day with some thunderstorm chances, high of 87. Get used to the heat and humidity because it'll be here through the 4th of July weekend and beyond.
All right. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.